What's going on, Insurance Syndicate members? How we doing? How we doing? Got your founder, your host of some other shows in here, and we are bringing back one of my favorite segments. And I'm super excited. Everybody, put in the comments real quick. Say what's up. Say good morning. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your Friday. I freaking know I am. If you guys can't tell, I'm freaking hyped up. Had a great start to my morning. I'm gassed up. We got some fuel to the fire, right? And that's what this whole really segment, this show is all about. Before we get into it, because this is going to be interactive, we want to see what you guys are commenting. We want to see who is commenting it. Make sure and let StreamYard view your comments. Okay, it's literally in the description, and then it's also it's like one click of a button. Like you hit StreamYard/Facebook, and then it allows me to be able to bring you up onto the screen, like Miss Nancy Pulsing. How you doing this morning, Miss Nancy? Hope you're doing good. What's going on, Christian? Hope you are doing well. Miss Sherry, how are you? How are you? Hey guys, I'm super hype. I'm gonna give like 30 more seconds to let people get in here because the person who kicked this show, this segment or this show off with me, literally probably almost a year ago, is back, and he is getting ready to bring some fuel to your freaking fire. So before I bring him on, everybody put in a nice hand clap emoji, maybe a cheers, whatever it is. Put something down in the comments to welcome my good friend, my mentor, and really just one of the most genuine, outstanding guys I've ever had the pleasure of meeting, Mr. Cody Askins. What's up? What's up?
What's up, Joe? What's up, Syndicate? Happy Friday, Fuel, dude. You're my mentor, man. Dude.
Shoot.
When it comes to loving on people, caring about people, and being crazy, freaking active and nuts, dude. Joe Camper tops the list, bro. Okay,
Come on.
right?
Just hey, it takes guts, baby. It takes
That's right.
guts. Learn that from you.
It takes some guts, man. If you guys are watching, man, this dude, as you know, obviously you're in his group. This dude's a special cat. Okay, if you're new to this group, I want to stop and tell you I'm grateful for the Camper family, the relationship, Redwood. These are people that have massive hearts that are not going to ever do anybody wrong, even if they lose $1 billion. And they are absolute rock stars. Laura is right.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, man. And one, so guys, obviously, I really don't think there's anybody in this group that might not know Cody, but I will say though, the group is kind of shifting, which I love. Like where I think a lot of y'all have kind of seen this, right? As a lot of us, and we're gonna definitely, guys, we're talking about some events at the end of the call, right? And just the power of those, and really, I mean, but there is so much power in that, and I think a lot of people we start to run in the same circles, right? And we start to get to really create some amazing relationships, but then it's our responsibility to get that out to the other people that haven't maybe had that chance, right? And so I love that kind of how our group is starting to shift to where there's all kinds of different types of agents, and it's people that haven't run in the same circles, and that's the whole point of the group. It's the collaboration. It's really uniting the industry, through that collaboration and transparency of honesty and transparency of information shared. So
Yeah.
Cody, give them a quick intro, man. Tell us who you are, what you're about, how you're a freaking stud, and just go from there, man.
Dude, I'm just an average dude with an unaverage work ethic. I would love to, as I'm going through this, I'll share my story super quick. I would love to know, seriously, if you have no clue who I am. Okay, there are plenty of people. There's more people in insurance that don't know me than that do. Okay, it's the truth. But if you do not know anything about me, or you have no clue who I am, please type that in the chat, because I would like to know, because I use this as a way to survey the audience, right? Like, for example, I was at an event recently, and I said, if you've ever unsubscribed from our email list, because we send more emails than anybody, I said, if you've ever unsubscribed from our email list, stand up. And like half the room stood up, which was hilarious, right? And then I said, okay, stay standing if you unsubscribed, but you ended up opting back in, and you were back on the list somehow at some point after unsubscribing. And what's crazy is majority of those people stayed standing. Right?
Right.
That's a testament to like marketing and promotion. Most people don't do, and I'm gonna talk about this a little later. Most people don't do stuff out of fear of what other people think and what other people are gonna do, man. So you got to stop that. Okay. So my name's Cody Askins. My dad's been in the business for 32 years. I got started when I was 19 as an intern, 20 as a full-time agent. In college at 20, taking 21 credit hours a semester, playing basketball, practices, tournaments, and games. Full-time student athlete at 20. I made $117,000 in 8 months by cold calling and cold door knocking to sell life insurance with no leads. I wrote the book that talks through that story, how anybody can do that, 0 to 6 figures. I believe that every single person can make six figures, deserves six figures. They deserve a Tony Merlin type life. I sold for years, loved selling. I don't sell anymore. Then in 2015, end of 2015, I started sharing videos on YouTube of how, and they're terrible, by the way. They were absolutely, they suck. They're terrible. However, there was some value in there, some nuggets in there, and we're over 2,000 videos now, 6.5 years pushing this, bringing value and helping and educating. And then agents started reaching out, wanting to learn or help or whatever. And so now we've got 8 different companies. We'll do 25, 30 million bucks this year amongst all of them. And I'm super blessed because I'm grateful because I get to wake up and help people that I want to help
Mm-hmm.
and do things that I have a passion for. I believe that business owners and agency owners should eventually build this thing up to where they don't do more than 3 things a day and they delegate everything else. So I promote, we're promoting, right? I speak, I'm speaking, and I sell. And we'll probably sell some tickets to 8% at some point, right?
Come
So
on.
you
Come
got to
on.
figure out what you do and how you operate. I've got an incredible team, several buildings, 100 staff, and they do everything that they're also better at than me. And so I know Joe's
Right.
talking a little about network today, man. Like you
Yeah.
need people around you that are better at certain things than you are. That's how you truly scale something special. So I'm grateful to be
Yes.
here. Love Joe and excited for some Friday Fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And that's so let's this is exactly so before we get to the network, which this is something that really kind of prompted me to want to be in your network, is
Yeah,
your passion, right? And I think so you touched on your staff and just really kind of just the culture. We talk about this a lot, the culture that you've been able to cultivate within those companies. I think they follow and they do their job. They do what they do because they see the passion in you. So I want to ask you,
yeah,
where does that passion come from? Like, I don't know if I've ever really asked. I know you're passionate. I mean, you freaking know me. Like, you can hear it in my voice right now. I am passionate, man.
yeah.
Where did that come from? Did it start from sports? That it like I got to freaking help every single insurance agent in the world? Like, that's passion. Where did that come from? I'd be curious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting chills as you just asked that, because ever since I was a kid, I just knew that I would make millions of dollars, speak around the world, and help millions of people. I don't know where that comes from. My dad's helped a ton of people. My dad has a huge heart. He's incredible.
Yes.
My mom would do anything for anybody. My wife is the most supportive person in my life. Who's also crazy impressive. My grandfather was a Baptist pastor for 40 something years. Like I love speaking and being in front of an audience and changing the space when I walk in. I'm getting better at that. I'm far from perfect, but I'm getting better. I'm committing to being world class. Um, I think it comes from the fact that I just, I really believe when you figure out what you want to do and you have a passion for it and you enjoy it and you love it, it will start to translate into just more of a calling, a
Hmm.
mission, a cause, if you will, a movement, right? And so I'm kind of operating in that space where I'm committed. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I freaking love what we do. I know what we do helps people, and we've had thousands of success stories from all over the world. I just literally got one from um, it wasn't Botswana, but it was some country wherever across the globe, and they were sharing how they were about to quit and they saw our stuff and they reached out to me and said, "Man, your videos changed my mindset, changed my
Hmm.
business, changed my life, and changed my bank account."
Yep.
And when you start having that happen as a ripple effect from all the consistency and commitment over the years and discipline and the 6.5 years of banging your head against the wall and doing stuff you don't want to do and being told you're not going to be able to do it and being told it's not going to work and being told nobody's going to make it happen, being told that this dude's insane, he's on cocaine, he's nuts, life, right?
Right.
Um, then you get to this place where you just operate in this place of like just peace and joy and love.
Yep.
And I absolutely love what we do. I know it shows because it's something I'm committed to my life to doing.
Yep.
I don't always totally know where it comes from, but I do know that sharing, like Tony asked a few minutes ago, man, why is speaking important? Getting out and sharing your message with other people is important. Joe Camper does not have to do this, man. Like he does really well. Redwood is blowing up. It's exploding.
And we're about to talk about that too.
He doesn't have to do a Facebook group to help 4,400 people, soon to be 44,000 people, maybe 440,000 people, right? He doesn't have to do those things, but he does it because he has a massive heart. He's a good person. Anybody that doesn't like Joe Campert, dude, I have trouble liking them.
Right.
Because I can tell you, when you find people that truly care about people, and they're not always beating their chest and bragging about how great they are all the freaking time, right? Like, one of the things people call me out all the time, people say, why don't you beat your chest more? Why don't you show the cars? Why don't you show the houses? Why don't you show the bank accounts, which is dumb? Why don't you show this other stuff?
Right.
Because I want to be the dude that can help everyone without trying to recruit everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be the dude that can help people without having to always be this arrogant freaking jerk
Right.
that's just
Well,
kind
and I think we talk about this with our House of Dreams, right?
yeah,
And we'll kind of pivot into network and how even House of Dreams even kind of got us into conversations with other people at that Power Players event and everything like that. But I think, we talk about it, it's our sailboat, right? And if anybody's seen our House of Dreams, it's when you get money, right? And so what's above the water is the mast. It's what everybody sees above the water, right? It's what you're putting out there on social media, which, guys, I'm telling you, people are watching what you're doing, even though you might not know it. I promise you they are, right? So as that sailboat gets bigger above the water, as anybody, if you put in the comments, if you know what keeps the sailboat actually stable underneath, a lot of people, I didn't know it until we really kind of created this framework, but it's the keel, right? And that keel is what we call your character, right? And that's who you truly are. And I think money helps you build the persona, which is above the water. It's the mast. It's the man. Oh my gosh, look how freaking big! Like, that thing is blingy. It's, ooh, that thing's decked out.
yeah,
But then as soon as you like unhook the anchor or whatever, it is like you could pull off out of the dock, that thing just falls over, right? Because your character's like absolute trash.
mm,
And so I think that's something that we all need to be very careful of. And I love that you said that. And I think that's also because of your network, right? The people who you surround yourself with are probably, like, if you're doing that, that's probably because you're hanging out with a bunch of people who are kind of just rich assholes, we'll call them, right? And so I think as the money grows, your character has to go with it, right? And you've got to make sure you're revisiting that. Speaking of Redwood, and really, and I'll kind of just touch on things that we've got cooking, like, and anybody in trucking is going to be like, freaking knew Joe was going to do this. But as of this morning, right, because of really my network and what the network has propelled Redwood Agency Group into, has now opened up opportunities, which this opportunity actually indirectly started at an 8% Nation conference freaking 3 years ago, right? We didn't even know. And it took 3 years to manifest. But what do you know? It's the network, right? That now is like, I'm starting a trucking company, right? So anybody that's watching, Joe Campert is starting a trucking company. It's an amazing program. I'm not going to say anything more than that because we're still working some stuff out. But that's what my network has been able to really open my eyes to see,
yeah,
right? And so I want to talk about that, and really, Cody, I would love your insight, and I think this needs to be talked about more, is how to leverage your network,
mm,
right? And I think a lot of people might get in the room and might get in that space, but then as soon as they leave, they don't leverage the relationship or the network that they could potentially make from being in the room,
yeah,
right? And so I want to talk about that because I think some people view it as like, oh, he's just trying to recruit me, or it's like they feel as though it's manipulation. Leverage is not manipulation. Leverage is being smart
yep,
and using the resources around you, which, hey, guess what one of the most like powerful resources is? Like somebody who's already done it, right? Or somebody who's doing it at a higher level that's willing to share. That's not manipulation, man. That's, hey, you need to leverage that. And so, Cody, maybe because you've definitely been in some huge rooms really in the past, I'd say really the past 18 months, including the Vault Conference, all that, Grant Cardone, all that stuff. What are some tips and tricks, right? So somebody gets in the room with a high net worth individual and they want them to be in their network. What are some things we can do to leverage those relationships to where it benefits?
yeah. I mean, okay. So before you can start to leverage them, most people don't. Most people don't actually build it, or they don't take it seriously, right? Because
Mm,
what happens is you get around the right people, you get in the right rooms, you get in the right stuff, you start to build the right network, and you start getting connected to people. I mean, okay, as an example, okay, I'm not going to go through specifics. However, because of the network we have now, we had a speaker debacle, huge speaker debacle that just came up yesterday.
really?
Because of my network, I have contacts that are close with that speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the speaker debacle handled because
Okay.
I went direct to the source.
Hmm.
I didn't go through some bureau. I didn't go through, I didn't dance around it. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't beg. I went straight to them and said, here is what's going on, and here is what I need, and here is why I need it. Right? Well, if I didn't have the network and I hadn't paid to go to the $50,000 masterminds and the $15,000 seats and Patrick Bet-David's Vault Conference for $97.50 or 10 grand or whatever it was, right? And I hadn't been around and doing all this. I can tell you that I'll fill you in later, but I can tell you that I may even share it at 8% actually, but I can tell you that the network piece, I believe you have to pay. This is going to sound self-serving. I'm not saying you got to do it with me. I believe the fastest way to increase your network is to pay to get around the people and to get the ear and the cell phone number and the time of the people that you need and want,
Yep.
right? Like Joe's done a fantastic job of this. He is constantly investing in his business. He's committed, and he realizes that if he gets around Tony Merwin's fantastic at this. He gets in the right rooms. He gets around the right people. Most people are scared to invest in their business. The
Yep.
two things you can invest the best at, okay, outside of staff and people, because that's really important, is
Right.
brand and network. If people know you and you have phenomenal connections, you will end up making a ton of money and helping a bunch of people just because,
Mhm.
right? So I can tell you this, the network thing is so big. Most people ignore it. They'll never pay for access, even though, dude, you give me a chance to pay for access to, I don't know, Trump,
Right.
Obama, Oprah. I don't care. It doesn't matter, right? I can tell you this. You say, hey, you can spend an hour with them for 100 grand.
It's like, yes.
Dude, I'd be like, why are they undercharging?
Right.
Like, no, right? I'm telling you that this thing pays off. And you got to think about it too. Think about whatever age you are right now. Think about the investment that you make into your business in some way. Think about how much time you have to recoup that investment. Most people don't think like that. I'm saying that again. Think about the amount of time. Think about the amount Joe's flipping like 17 years old. Think about the amount of time Joe has to recoup. He's in his 20s, but recoup that investment. Dude's got 40 years
Right.
to recoup that investment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start thinking long term about the growth and the vision and the movement and the like the domino effect and the stuff that happens in and the future connections.
Yep.
I mean, pretty soon there'll be a time where our conference gets so big and so attractive and the movement is so insane that speakers are the biggest people in the world are begging us to come speak at our event.
Let's go.
And I'm
Come
not
on.
having to pay anybody.
Yep.
Okay? Well, I can tell you, we're not there today or tomorrow. We will get there, but that's
Yep.
what the network does.
Yep. And and I think this is the really cool part that I've been able to. And again, I mean, y'all, like it freaking. Hold on, before we get to this, man, I just got to go on a little tangent real quick because people freaking piss me off, dude. They're like, oh, event, 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 event. I don't know. We dude, it's like beating a dead horse now. I'm like, are y'all not seeing what I'm doing? I
Yeah.
mean, and it's like, Cody, I'm telling you, bro, it all started from that one event that's been freaking, what was that? I mean, that's 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was a retreat
That
in Springfield,
the Power Players Retreat, man. And
August
literally,
August 2020.
wow. Yeah. So literally coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you not like, and I put enough shit out on social media, guys. Like, come on, I'm telling you, this freaking works, right? To the point of where one event can allow me to start doing now. But what I wanted to really talk on, because when you're doing good business, right, there's also another really cool part that comes with it is it's a good relationship that's not just business, right? And I think that's something that's been really cool. And I'll shout out my guy Tony Merwin, which he freaking logged into my StreamYard, and now I can't stream as Joe Campert. So guys, it is me. It's like it just keeps putting it under Tony's name, so it's like we're in Tony
You're
Merwin inception right now.
doing great, Tony. Keep it
Yeah.
up.
But I've been able to cultivate not just a business relationship, but a like amazing relationship with Tony to where it's like he's a mentor, he's a friend. I go to his house to have dinner with his wife. Both of my wife and his wife speak Spanish, right? So then they get to kind of do their thing and they love being able to communicate in their native tongue. And then it's like, and then me and Tony get to hang out, we get to freaking cook brisket and me. I mean, it's so freaking cool, right? And it all started from and I wanted to also touch on this, I've talked on this before and you've heard me say it, but for anybody that's new or hasn't had me kind of teach on this is the number one thing that unlocked everything for Redwood, really for Joe. Like honestly, like it unlocked so much for me, and I'm on this momentum wave since I got back from SWAT. It's freaking insane. Like I'm just going hard. But
Yes.
it was, I mean, dude, it's changing that expense mindset to an investment mindset, right? As soon as we went to that, then I'm paying, and I'll tell you guys, I paid Cody $30,000. We had a post in here, probably last week, was like, what was the biggest thing you've ever paid for, or whatever? And I'm like, 30K to Cody and then like 15K to Coach Burt and I'll tell you that 30K to Cody is going to make me a multi millionaire in years to come, right? And so a lot of people don't look at it that big picture wise, right? To where they're viewing it as an expense, not an investment. So I just wanted to touch on that. But it doesn't always just have to be business. Like me and Cody don't just always talk business, guys. Like I call them just to tell them I appreciate them, see what's going on. And I do that with a lot of people in my network because I want to have a relationship, right? And that's what I think, we are, especially in insurance. Guys, what are we in, right? And you hear it. We're in a people business. And what do people like? We're in a relationship business, right? And so it's not just client facing, it can be across the board.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to touch on that. Uh, and then just kind of pivot from there where I think, some of the relationships that can come from a high and imagine that. Imagine having a relationship with millionaires. And that's something that's been really eye-opening to me where it was so funny. And I've, obviously have been close with John Wetmore here the past couple months. And the other day I was talking to my wife and I'm like, what's really messed up is like 10 million a year sounds small in my mind now. And I'm
Dude,
like,
come on now.
shit, that's 10 million though, right? And it's so funny because like my mind's I've been around such high net worth individuals like yourself, like John, like Pete, like I mean, all these people like Brad Haney. I mean, and it's like, man, that 10 million seems small, which is crazy. I'm 27 saying 10 million sounds small, right? But it's all because of the network. So I'm sure you probably got you've got some amazing relationships you've been able to build off of these networks. But it's, man, they're so powerful, dude.
Dude, you know what's the craziest thing about it is I was listening to a video this morning by Ed Milet, and I won't share the story, but he's speaking at 8% this year.
Woo.
And Sandra, thank you. She said I went to 8% for the first time last year, completely changed my life and business. I love Sandra. She's awesome. Appreciate that. That's where a lot of these conferences and connections and relationships start, by the way. They start here, right?
Yep.
They start at 8%. And that's not a testament to me. That's just a testament to like us and our team having the guts to do it. And then y'all having the guts to get in the room and then you actually talk, right? And you
Right.
and you like each other. I can't make people talk to each other, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I can tell you this. What really changed in the way I was raised by my dad is I was raised that when you play, and Tony's right, boom, strategic partnerships, level 7 on the scale. Dude, strategic partnerships are huge. I was taught as a kid, man, when you play, when you put on the cleats, when you lace them up, when you walk on the field, when you walk on stage, you play to win.
Hmm.
A lot of people nowadays are not playing to win.
Yeah.
Restaurants closed during COVID. They were not playing to win. No, you could say, well, Cody, it's COVID. It's like, dude, you can't open a restaurant during COVID. Dude, you can do private freaking chefs at people's houses. You can deliver food. You can freaking cook the food. You can do drive-through. You can cold call. You can door knock. You can stay open.
Right.
If you're playing to win and you want to do whatever it takes, you can figure it out.
Yep.
There's a different level to when you start talking like you're winning, when you start acting like you're winning, when you start walking like you're winning, when you start investing like you're winning. Too many people get into insurance, 92% to be exact, that fell in their first 3 years. Why? Because they do not wake up and play to
Come
win.
on.
Wake
Yep.
up and they tell themselves, dude, I'm not going to do it today. I'm probably going to get hung up on. Nobody's going to buy insurance. I'm not that great. I don't know sales. I'm not Joe Camper. I'm not Laura, right? You know what I mean? Like, but really, what happens is how you talk to yourself is really freaking important. So if you wake up and you're like, I am going to slaughter today, I'm going to win today, it's unbelievable what I'm going to accomplish, I'm going to help so many people, I'm going to make so much money, my network's going to grow, it's going to be insane. The more you talk to yourself like that and you walk like that, I can tell you the more you start playing to win,
Yep.
the more you will start winning in life, man. It's like, but it's so apparent what you need to do to win. But if you even think about being average, you want to be average, you're okay with being average, you're okay with being second on the leaderboard, you're okay with being last in your office, I can promise you, you will flame out and fail, and you'll throw in the towel at some point, and you won't end up in the industry anymore. I can tell you this: if you get one thing out of today, outside of the network piece, man, it's time to start playing to win.
Yes.
Wake up and win. Tell your team we're going to win. I had a talk with my team this morning. And I know I'm going a little long because we only got a few more minutes.
Go
But
for it. Go for it.
I told my team this morning, I said, hey, I played a video and then I talked to my whole team after. Both companies. I said, here's what's going to happen. I said, the days, like I haven't felt well like I got Kleenexes, I got freaking medicine. Like I haven't felt well this week. I've had the flu and fevers and everything else, right? And I apologize. I said, I have slowed down this week and I'm sorry. I have said, well, if we don't have 2,000 people commit to coming to the conference, it's okay, right? Dude, it's not okay. The moment you doubt it, you will never hit it. So I said, we will have 2,000 people there. I'm committed. I'm going to stop talking like I'm a loser. I'm going to stop acting like I'm sick and making excuses. And we're going to start playing to win because we can. You let anything in your brain or you let it seep out of your mouth, it's going to affect your team. It's going to affect your family, your friends, everybody around you. It's time to start playing to win.
Yes.
Start playing to win every single day.
And that's the perfect correlation to network. If your network is not enabling you to win, then you need a different freaking network, my man, right? And that's like you need people like this saying like that are running with you that are playing to win, right? Like, hey,
Yes.
you might be like playing to win, but if you're playing a team sport and the other four aren't, they're cool with being mediocre, right? They're cool with missing shots or not spending extra time in the gym, right? Like Kobe, that's my favorite part about Kobe's story and stuff like that.
Yep.
You need to be in a network. You need to be around people that have this exact same mindset, right?
Correct.
And so I love that. Man, I love Cody, dude. We always do this. Like we really don't ever have an agenda. We can just freaking keep going because it all ties back to the passion, guys.
Yeah. Well,
You need to
Joe's like,
be.
hey, you want to come on? I'm like, yeah, right. Like, yeah, like we could talk for days. We need to eventually
Yeah.
just do an event just together. By the way, can
We
I do
should.
something special before we end? Can I do something?
Yes, no, absolutely. So I wanted you to kind of talk about what we got cooking here in the next, really, I mean, dude, it's like not even 2 months away. I'm
Like
freaking hyped.
54 days or something, right?
Come
So
on.
8% is at the end of July 28th, 29th, and 30th. We've got Ed Milet, Jesse Itzler, Tim Tebow,
Yes.
Camper, like a bunch of other guys doing breakouts and speaking. Like we're gonna have 2,000 crazy people in insurance that want to win and that want to get to another level. Dallas 22 is the link, okay? But I'm gonna add something today, and I'm gonna only do it literally between now and the end of today. After that, I'm not gonna honor it. Okay, my team's gonna have to hold me to it, watch it, whatever. But
Get ready, Derek.
yeah. But normally a VIP ticket's $500, but I'm going to add two differences. At the Dallas 22 link, you can get access to the event, okay, for $197 on the Dallas 22 link. But I'm going to add a little extra caveat, okay, a little extra bonus. Anyone that buys a $197 VIP ticket today, and I'm about to lose about $50 per person when I say this, okay, but that's okay. Anyone that buys a $197 VIP ticket today and commits to winning, I'm going to upgrade you from a $197 ticket to a $1,000 premier ticket, and I'm going to do it for free.
Come on now,
Okay?
Cody.
Which we don't know. We definitely don't do because the lunch cost me $80 per person per day per head, which means over 3 days that's $250. I'm giving you the premier ticket that cost me $250 minimum for lunch for $197. Even if you already have a ticket, you can give it away. You can bring somebody else. You can do whatever you want. I don't care what you do. If you have a ticket already, thank you. Okay. If you don't, today only, I'm going to give you because we're pushing for 1,000 over 30 days, and that's about to end. I'm going to give you a $197 ticket, and I'm going to upgrade you to Premier, the next level, where you get a little closer seat. You get lunch every single day, right? And a little better experience for only $197. You hit the link, dallas22.com today. I'm upgrade you all the way to a $1,000 ticket for free.
Come on, man.
Hit dallas22.com, the link, and you've got to buy the ticket and make the decision and commit to winning today.
Do they need to do anything syndicate wise, or it's just, hey man, you're watching this, go do it right now, and then it's gonna happen?
Just go do it right now.
All right, let's go. Come on, Cody. Hey, if that ain't some fuel to the freaking fire, y'all. I mean, okay, so you guys hear that though, right? I mean, he's spending if he's got 1,000 people coming, and he's spending $280. I mean, that's he's spending almost $300,000 just on freaking lunch, guys. Like
That's
that's
correct.
freaking
Yeah.
that is crazy, right? But
There's
that's
2,000, but they don't all have lunch.
right. And that's what hey, but that's this right here is what it takes to freaking get to the next level, right? And you know what I love is when you give, you get, right? And so thank
Yes.
you, Cody. Thank you for hopping on. I know you got a busy schedule, dude, so we'll honor this time slot. But appreciate you. Hey, y'all, this is what Friday Fuel is all about. Like it's about bringing that passion. It's about helping one another. It's about doing the right things, and it's about when you give, especially in a network that you're trying to get in,
Yes.
you get, right? So thank you, Cody. Appreciate you, brother.
They
Definitely ain't the
also
last
let
time.
me know when they buy that ticket. They need to let me know
Okay.
in Facebook Messenger. Hey, I bought my VIP ticket, and I'll see the name, and then
Okay.
I'll tell the team to upgrade them today. My
Okay.
team's gonna kill me. They're not gonna love this. I don't freaking care. I'm the boss. But they need to know because we're gonna a lot of people buy them. I'm not gonna upgrade. I'm not gonna upgrade everybody. I'm gonna upgrade everybody that comes from this group though. So let me
Okay.
know, and I'll upgrade you today.
Okay. All right. Perfect. You guys heard it. Hey, message Cody, which, hey, this is a great way to get into Cody's DMs. And also, hey, if you guys ever want to get in front of large crowds, just tag Cody in your Instagram story and he'll always add it to his Instagram story. That's some fuel to your fire right there. That's free way to get in front of people. I'll tell you, man. But again, thank you, Cody. I appreciate you, brother. Have a great rest of your Friday.
You too.
And syndicate members, we love you guys. See you at 8%. Go get that ticket. Go bump up to Premier. And let's finish out Friday strong. We'll catch y'all later.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep. Thanks, brother.